Hello everybody. So I'm up here, well, me and a friend of mine got a lot of the stuff out of this car, and now I'm up here getting some more stuff off of it. Alright, so I got up here and me and my dad took the driver's side door off this car. And I started cleaning up the mess that me and a friend of mine got up here and made cleaning that car out enough to get to it, because it was full of old junk parts and beer cans. So now I'm gonna mess with getting some parts off the front of this. You know, that car, I mean, they're both tore out of hell. Both tore out of hell. This one hit a tree sideways, and this one got rear-ended. The cow firewall stuff shot on that car. It's not on this car. And it still has a windshield, which means that it had the best interior, what was left of it. It's a blue on blue car with bucket seats. You know where I'm going with this, right? Me and my father have been up here today cleaning out the field some. They hadn't been bush hogged in probably 7-8 years, because a tree fell across the back end of that red one and you couldn't get between them. Well, today I got up here and started cleaning up some messes and stuff, and I got the door off this car. And due to some wreck damage slash it would be doable the way I was mentioned doing it, using the front part of this car and the rest of my other car. But that's wrecked a lot harder than I want to deal with. And the door jamb is gone. Completely gone. Even though it's got a good VIN number and a good data plate, and Dad has the title of this car. It's using anything but the numbers off of this car, it's not possible. I can't do what I wanted to do, and I'm not wanting to do a VIN swap. I was wanting to fix the car instead of just take the numbers off and put it on another car. But he also had the title of this car. It's in a lot better shape. There's barely any rust down here. It's just surface rust. The door jamb's in great shape. It's still got springs under the front, and this door jamb's just as good. I took that door off too. The dash is better. It's actually good. And the firewall's in good shape. Now I know it's got an automatic pedal in it, but Dad had turned this car into an automatic car for his ex-wife to drive. And then he sold it. And not too long after that, it was racing, and they came around a curve and a fertilizer truck was sitting in the road, and he swerved off the road and hit a tree sideways. Then Dad ended up buying the car back. So Dad didn't wreck this one, but he has the title to it. So that's the project. This is the one I am going to use, because this is in a lot better shape. This is actually usable the way it is, instead of me having to re-engineer the space shuttle. I can just do what I wanted to do, which is cut it here on both sides and here on both sides, and change the cowl to this car's cowl. Basically, that's me repairing a wreck, right? There's nothing back here usable. Hated making that video of that yellow car saying I was going to fix it, to end up making this video saying I'm fixing this car. Point is whatever I end up doing, I want to use as much as either one of these that I can. Alright, so one thing we needed to do is we needed to pull the engine and transmission that was in this car out of it. And that was the quickest engine removal I've ever seen. We just jerked the motor mounts out apart, pulled it out with the rollback. That's the Turbo 400. I'm going to try to use that transmission. I wanted to come up here and say this before I made this video, because, well, needed to be said, and so there was an answer if somebody got curious. That engine ran fine when that car was wrecked. There was nothing wrong with it. But Dad had a few laying around, and he didn't need a 67 325 horse 396. There wasn't any reason to have it, so he left it in that car. And then he sold the front clip off the car. He sold the intake off the engine. And it just rested solid and turned into a boat anchor. But the one thing that I have to take off of it is I need the head bolts for one I'm putting together. And I'm hoping that most of these are okay. And that is a 1970 Turbo 400. Also was working fine. I'm going to take it off and try to get the torque converter off the flywheel. I plan on trying to run it Are those aluminum retainers? I think they are. The intake valves. There's 4 on this side and 3 on this side. We basically just hooked up the cable and the chain to the balancer of that motor and pulled it out. And according to that, that's it's got a steel cross drill crank in it. That was 20 and 20. 20 on the mains, 20 on the rods. I'm going to take it all the way apart the best I can. But I figure that it's probably shot. But I want to take that motor, that engine apart. So in the next 67 video, you guys will probably get to see me cutting more of that car up and taking that engine apart some. Maybe take the transmission off of it. And I will try to explain a little bit better why I'm doing what I'm doing in the next video. So until next time, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.